Buenas tardes, soy Natalia Sánchez de Spanish Perfecto and I'm here to help you learn Spanish Perfecto from level 0. Today we're going to continue with the future tense. Are you ready to start? Empecemos. Before we begin, let's recap a little bit what we have so far, and let's make it quick because we have a lot to cover today. We have studied the future tense as we usually do with every tense. We studied when to use it, the conjugation, and time markers associated with the tense. Regarding the use of this tense was quite simple, straightforward. It's to talk about the future, and whenever we have I will, you will study, I will jump, she will jump, we will walk. Whenever we see this tense in English, that means we're going to use this future in Spanish. This is the use. When talking about the conjugation, we said it's also quite simple because it's the same endings for verbs, finishing with AR, ER, and IR. For example, let's take the verbs saltar, to jump, leer, to read, vivir, to live. Yo saltaré, leeré, viviré. Tú saltarás, leerás, vivirás. Él, ella saltará, leerá, vivirá. Nosotros saltaremos, leeremos, viviremos. Vosotros, vosotras saltaréis, leeréis, viviréis. Ellos, ellas saltarán, leerán, vivirán. Easy, right? And we also studied time markers. And you know them all. Not because of these last episodes, but since the beginning. You know a lot of them. For example, mañana, pasado mañana, la próxima semana, la semana próxima, la semana que viene, dentro de una semana, esta noche, esta tarde, en un mes, dentro de un mes, el año que viene, and so on, etc. As we said in the previous episode, today we're going to study reflexive verbs and some of the irregular verbs. The most common irregular verbs, those that we're going to use more often, might be the verb, for example, tener, to have, tener. Yo tendré, tú tendrás, él, ella tendrá, nosotros tendremos, vosotros tendréis, ellos tendrán. As you can see, we only add this D in the middle, but then the endings are the same. So not that difficult. And for example, let's give an example with the verb tener. Mañana tendré que ir al hospital con mi hija. Tomorrow I will have to go to the hospital with my daughter. Usually we use this verb for obligations, for things we must do in the future. Another verb that it's not that irregular, but it's the verb to go, ir. Since we cannot remove IR because we will have nothing, we just add the endings to this ir. So, yo iré, tú irás, él, ella irá, nosotros iremos, vosotros iréis, ellos irán. La semana que viene iré a comprar el uniforme del colegio. Next week I will go to buy the uniform of the school, the school uniform. Another useful verb, the verb querer, to want. Yo querré. We add another R in the middle. Querré, querrás, él querrá, nosotros querremos, vosotros querréis, ellos querrán. Un ejemplo, yo no querré ir sola al viaje. I will not want to go by myself to the trip. El verbo hacer, to do or to make sometimes, hacer. Yo haré. As you can see, we also removed the sí in between. Yo haré, tú harás, él hará, nosotros haremos, vosotros haréis, ellos harán. And an example, un ejemplo de este verbo, yo, let's not say yo, vosotros haréis los deberes mañana. You will do the homework tomorrow. And the last verb, of course, we have more and we will study once we listen to them in a test or in a conversation. But for today, I think you have enough. After this one, the verb decir, to say, decir. Yo diré, tú dirás. This one changes a bit. Tú dirás, él dirá, nosotros diremos, vosotros diréis, ellos dirán. Estoy segura que ellos dirán de ir a la playa después de la comida. I'm sure they will say to go to the beach after the lunch. I know this is a bit awkward in English. We wouldn't put it that way, but this is literally what we say in Spanish. Para los verbos reflexivos tengo un texto para ti. For reflexive verbs, I just have a test. And you're going to find out yourself how to conjugate the future with reflexive verbs. You will see that there is no difference with other tenses. We just add me, te, se, nos, os. You remember all this? This time, I'm going to do a bit different. I'm going to read the test and at the same time, I'm going to translate it. Then we're going to read the whole test once you know the translation. Let's see how it works this way. Mañana Ana se despertará a las 6 de la mañana. Tomorrow Anna will wake herself up at 6 in the morning. El día estará lleno de actividades. The day will be full of activities. Ana se levantará. Anna will get up, will get herself up. Pondrá música. Poner música, it's to play music, but actually in Spanish we say like to put music. And as you can see here, there is another irregular verb, the verb poner. Yo pondré, tú pondrás, él pondrá, nosotros pondremos, vosotros pondréis, ellos pondrán. To play music, poner música. But poner is to put also. So, irá al baño. She will go to the bathroom. Y se duchará. Y se duchará. And she will take shower. A las 7, ella desayunará un batido de frutas y cereales. At 7, she will have breakfast. A cereals and fruit milkshake. Batido, milkshake. Mientras desayuna, Ana revisará en su tablet los correos electrónicos. While she has breakfast, she will revise or she will check in her tablet the emails, los correos electrónicos del trabajo, the emails from work, y planificará su jornada laboral. And she will plan her workday. A las 8, at 8 o'clock, se vestirá con ropa cómoda y saldrá. She will get dressed with comfortable clothes and she will leave. Y saldrá. Salir. Another irregular verb, as you can see. Yo saldré, tú saldrás. Él, ella saldrá. Nosotros saldremos, vosotros saldréis, ellos saldrán. Ana caminará hacia la estación de metro. Anna will walk towards the metro station, donde tomará el tren a la ciudad, where she will take the train to the city. Durante el trayecto, during the journey, ella leerá un libro. She will read a book o escuchará un podcast o she will listen to a podcast para aprender algo nuevo, to learn something new. A las 9, at 9, estará entrando en su oficina. This is something new here. Remember, we also said, can we use present continuous in the future? Well, it wouldn't be present continuous anymore, but el gerundio en el futuro. Estará entrando. She will be entering. Estará entrando en su oficina. She will be entering her office. Para empezar su trabajo. To start her work or her job. Se reunirá. She will meet con su equipo y revisarán. She will meet with her team and they will check el proyecto en el que han estado trabajando. There is a little bit of grammar here. El proyecto en el que han estado trabajando. The project in which they have been working. A la 1 de la tarde, at 1 in the evening, Ana comerá con sus amigos en un pequeño restaurante. Anna will eat with her friends in a little restaurant. Después, later, regresará. Remember this verb? Regresará, volverá, she will go back. A la oficina, to the office, para terminar algunas tareas pendientes. To finish some pending tasks. A las 5, at 5 o'clock, finalmente saldrá del trabajo. She will leave from work. Y volverá, regresará, a casa, and she will go back home. Tal vez, quizás, maybe, se parará en una cafetería. She will stop herself. It's a reflexive, we make it reflexive. She will stop herself en una cafetería, in a coffee shop, para tomar algo rápido. To have something quick antes de llegar, before arriving. We understand it's before arriving home. En casa se relajará un poco. At home, she will relax a bit. Preparará la cena. She will prepare dinner. Y a las 10 de la noche, and at 10 o'clock in the night, se acostará. She will go to bed. She will put herself in bed. I have a question for you after this test. Well, not a question, but a few sentences to translate. What will you say for I will wake up tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning? Of course. Yo me despertaré a las 7 de la mañana. Mañana. And what about we will wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning? Nos despertaremos a las 7 de la mañana. If you were able to translate these sentences in Spanish, that means you understood reflexive verbs. Otherwise, you can always contact me through Instagram and ask me your doubts. But before we finish, we said we will read the whole test after the translation. So, mañana Ana se despertará a las 6 de la mañana. El día estará lleno de actividades. Ana se levantará, pondrá música, irá al baño y se duchará. A las 7 ella desayunará un batido de frutas y cereales. Mientras desayuna, Ana revisará los correos electrónicos del trabajo en su tablet y planificará su jornada laboral. A las 8 se vestirá con ropa cómoda y saldrá. Ana caminará hacia la estación del metro donde tomará el tren a la ciudad. Durante el trayecto, ella leerá un libro o escuchará un podcast para aprender algo nuevo. A las 9 estará entrando en su oficina para empezar su trabajo. Se reunirá con su equipo y revisarán el proyecto en el que han estado trabajando. A la 1 de la tarde, Ana comerá con sus amigos en un pequeño restaurante. Después regresará a la oficina para terminar algunas tareas pendientes. A las 5 finalmente saldrá del trabajo y volverá a casa. Tal vez se parará en una cafetería para tomar algo rápido antes de llegar. En casa se relajará un poco, preparará la cena y a las 10 de la noche se acostará. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo ha ido este podcast? ¿Has entendido? ¿Estás entendiendo? ¿Entenderás mejor en el próximo? give me some feedback about it. If you listen through Spotify, you can always write a comment on the podcast, on the episode, and I can read it, and they let me reply now. So if you have any questions, something to suggest, you can also do it there, as well as my Instagram. I want to remind you about my donation page, which is available for 3 weeks now. You have the link on the description of this podcast, and it's https://ko-fi.com/Spanish Perfecto. Your help is really appreciated. In the meantime, muchas gracias. Before I go, next episode, it's your turn to participate. We're going to recap these 89 episodes we have studied so far. So we're going to translate sentences together to check your knowledge. And now I can say, muchas gracias por estar ahí y hasta el próximo episodio. Remember, you can always contact me through my Instagram account, Spanish Perfecto, or my website that is under maintenance, www.spanish-perfecto.com. Hasta pronto!